Today I'm giving presentation on power of emotional intelligence and enhancing the mental wellness in everyday life. So my name is Anveksha and I'm currently a student. I'm doing my master's in psychology from Oxford Brookes University. So we will learn about what is emotional intelligence and the five core concepts and the real life applications of emotional intelligence. How is it important and how does it affect our overall well-being? So the practical strategies for daily integration and the role of emotional intelligence in relationship, education, and workplaces. So, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage and use the emotions effectively in both our own and those of others. So, why does emotional intelligence matter? So, given we all have different things going on in our life, other than our own personal life, we also have social life. So, it increases the stress in our daily life, and we need a lot of empathy and connection to make social bonds and social connections at a very different aspects of our life and also for our self-regulation. The key to focusing on mental health and personal growth is to recognize our own emotions and the emotions of others as well. So emotional intelligence plays a very crucial role in all of these. So, the five core concepts of emotional intelligence are self awareness, which is regulating our own emotions, self regulation, which is the second core concept of emotional intelligence, then motivation. Motivation is of two types, intrinsic and extrinsic. And then empathy. Empathy is something which you can feel the emotions of others, and then social skills, how effectively you manage your social skill sets in a social settings. Self awareness. Self awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions as well as their impact on others. So, why does it matter? Social awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It enables better decision making and emotional control, and it improves self confidence. So, how can we build self awareness? So, building self awareness, there are few strategies to cultivate self awareness, which is journaling, which is a very effective method, and it is also suggested during your therapy sessions as well. Many psychologists suggest this. So, it reflects on your emotional reactions and your daily experience. You get to experience and recall the things which you did in your daily life so you can have a better understanding of yourself. Mindfulness practice. So, mindfulness practice is also part of CBT and many theories of psychology, which is basically meditation and breathing exercise to observe throughout thoughts and everything which you have encountered in your daily life without judgment. Then seeking feedback, asking trusted friends or colleagues how they perceive your emotional response. Sometimes in a
Anviksha,
so
you're not audible to us.
um hello, am I audible now?
Anviksha,
Hello, hello, hello. Let me
yes, you are
rejoin.
audible.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, seeking feedback, it is very essential to ask your friends. Sometimes, in a situation, in a social situation, when you are with your friends, sometimes you don't know what you say or what do you feel. And later on, when you ask someone for the feedback, it's not necessary that in a social setting you always know your emotions very well. So, it's better to ask your trusted friends, colleagues, how do you perceive your emotional response? And as said by Aristotle, knowing yourself is the beginning of all the wisdom. So, self regulation, another key concept of emotional intelligence, is the ability to manage emotions and impulses. So, what are the benefits of self regulation? It is preventing emotional outbursts sometimes when we are going through a very stressful life or stressful situation. we have emotional outbreaks frequently, and sometimes, if we know what we are going through, it helps us to react to a certain situation very calmly and in a very better way. So it could actually prevent a lot of fights or, arguments which you could encounter with someone. So, another benefit is enhancing the resilience in challenging situations. So, resilience is the ability to come back and fight back, build trust and integrity in relationships, pausing before reacting in a heated conversation. So, it's about regulating your emotions very effectively. So, what are the effective techniques to enhance self regulation? It's very similar to that of um, managing your emotions, which is self awareness. Breathing exercise, deep breathing to calm the nervous system, taking time out, step away from stressful situations to regain composure, reframing thoughts. This is also a very key aspect of CBT, which is reframing your thoughts, challenging negative or impulsive thoughts into positive, taking time to think about the same situation which you go and making out the positive thing out of a negative situation. Then the another concept of emotional intelligence is motivation, using emotional factors to drive you towards achieving your goals. So there are two types of motivation: intrinsic motivation, which is inner drives, and extrinsic motivation, which is external rewards. So what are the benefits of motivation? It increased your perseverance and determination. It enhanced your ability to overcome obstacles and setbacks, and it aligns with the goals with personal value. And as in many research, it is being proven that intrinsic motivation works for a longer duration of time as compared to extrinsic motivation. So, what are the examples of intrinsic motivation? So, sometimes, if given, for example, in a situation that you have an upcoming test, you are intrinsically motivated to study for the whole month beforehand and be prepared. So, the chances are that you would attain your goal and score good marks as compared to extrinsic motivation, which is like your parents are forcing you to study and doing a certain activity. It won't last for a longer time, and chances are that you would fail to reach your goal. So, intrinsic motivation is there are chances if you are intrinsically motivated, you would achieve your goal effectively and at a certain speed as compared to extrinsic motivation. So, what are the enhancing motivation techniques? It's visualizing your success, picturizing achieving your goals, and the feeling of accomplished accomplishment before achieving the goal. Align, aligning goals with values. Focus on what truly matters to you. The passion fuels the persistence, and being persistent is also very important to achieve your goal. Setting smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, and time bonded goals. There are chances if you want to achieve your goal, so you have to be very specific. You have to measure, is it really what you want? Is it what you want? And is it achievable? Don't set too high standards for yourself or things which you can't achieve. And time bounded goals. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feeling of another person, active listening, and perspective talking. So, why empathy matters? It enhances your communication and fosters trust. It helps in conflict resolution and relationship building. And also, it is essential for emotional support. Many of the activities of support group works with this core concept of empathy, which is also a very important part of emotional intelligence. So, how do you practice empathy? You can be a empathetic person by actively listening, giving your full attention to the speaker, perspective taking, put yourself in someone else's shoes to understand their emotions and experiences.
Sorry to
Sometimes,
interrupt, Anuksha.
yeah,
Can you please stop your screen sharing and again reshare the screen?
yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. And Viksha, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, can you please share your screen and start your presentation?
Yeah. Am I audible and visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, is it visible?
Yeah, okay, thank you. So, offering compassionate support that is responding with understanding and validation. So, in support groups, basically the main goal is to increase the empathy and to make the people feel that they are not alone. So, empathy plays a very important role in that. Then, there's social skills, which is another important factor, which is basically the five core concept of emotional intelligence is social skills, the ability to build and maintain healthy relationships, communicate effectively, and manage conflicts. So, why does social skills matter? It is very essential for teamwork and collaboration. It helps us in navigating social situations with ease. And also, has a foster a supportive and inclusive environment. So, strengthening social skills. So, how do you strengthen the social skills? By group activities, engaging in team based tasks to practice communication and cooperation, and feedback and reflection. Give and receive constructive feedback to improve interpersonal interactions. Building trust, be consistent, reliable, and open to foster trust in relationship. There are many activities in which mostly in corporate sector to build a sense of social skills. There are many different activities which are organized by psychologists. It is also an essential concept of emotional intelligence. So, emotional intelligence roles in mental wellness. It is closely linked with psychological well being by promoting emotional balance and resilience. Individuals with high emotional strength experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. So, how does it enhances your well being? By self awareness, self regulation, empathy. So, what are the real life application? The real life applications of emotional intelligence are enhance communication, reduce conflicts, and strengthen relationship bonds. It promotes emotional resilience, improve academic performances, and supports social learning, as seen in research in students, foster better teamwork, leadership, and stress management. Parents using empathy to support their children's emotional needs. So you get a better understanding of what your children is going through. You could have a very good bond with your children if you are using this core concept of psychology. Teachers using emotional regulation strategies to maintain a positive learning environment. Manager building trust and collaboration by actively listening to employees. And also in psychology, when you're going in a therapy setting, you could see that your counselor is very good at all these set of skills. So, integrating emotional intelligence into daily life. Morning reflection. Start your day with a moment of self awareness. Mindful communication, that is, practice active listening and check in your emotions during conversations. Emotional checkpoints. Regularly access how you're feeling and why throughout the day to manage the emotional reactions. Encourage open communication and empathy at home, work, and school. Foster emotional support networks and healthy relationships. The science behind emotional intelligence, neuroscience of emotional intelligence, the amygdala processes emotions while the prefrontal cortex is responsible for regulating emotions and decision making. High emotional intelligence individuals show better connectivity between these areas, allowing better emotional regulation. So, neuroimaging studies shows that when empathizing, areas of the brain related to emotions are activated. When you go through a EEG machine, you could see that that particular area lit up. So, what are the emotional intelligence training and development? How to develop and enhance? So, the training program are specialized program that focuses on building self-awareness, empathy, and self-regulation. Mindfulness practices, which is regular meditation to improve emotional regulation. Coaching and feedback, which is engaging with mentors to improve social skills and emotional awareness. So, what are the benefits of emotional intelligence training? Are very strong mental health and improved performances in your social and as well as personal life. So, how is emotional intelligence measured? So, there's a self-report questionnaires which individual can access with their own emotional intelligence throughout the surveys, which you could find online. And there's 360-degree feedback, which is gathering feedback from peers to access an individual's emotional intelligence across various contexts. Then there's behavior observation, which is observing emotional intelligence through real life scenario and emotional reactions. So, what are the challenges in measuring emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is difficult to measure with absolute precision due to its complex and subjective nature. Emotional intelligence, as emotions are never constant, so does your emotional intelligence keep on changing as you grow older or you progress in your life. So, what is the future of emotional intelligence? As we navigate increasingly complex social and professional environments, the demand for emotional intelligence is rising. The technology integration is becoming an essential skill in the digital age, where human connection is crucial for collaboration and leadership in tech driven environments. Emotional intelligence training may become a standard part of corporate development program and in recent years there have been improvement and rapid demand in this particular field. So what are the key takeaways from today's session? Emotional intelligence is a vital skill for mental wellness, improving interpersonal relationship and making effective decisions. The five core concepts of emotional intelligence are self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill. Emotional intelligence positively impacts well being, education, and workplace, fostering healthier, more resilient societies. Developing emotional intelligence throughout the training of mindfulness and practice leads to a better personal and professional outcomes. So, embrace the emotional intelligence to enhance the inner world and bring stronger col- connections and contribute to a more compassionate society. Thank you. So, today, if you have any question, now you may ask.